Good morning, Marilyn and Mama, if you're doing it with her. I hope you are. Let's begin by getting centered and relaxing. Let's focus on our posture first, lifting our head up like a helium-filled balloon, allowing our shoulders to relax down, loosening it all up, allowing our sits bones, those two almond-shaped bones that are in our butt, to connect to the floor, and just relaxing, breathing in, beginning to do your Jaya breath, ocean-sounding breath, if you know that, Darth Vader breath, where you breathe through the back of your throat. And if you don't, you can just do regular breathing and focus on the type of breathing you're doing. Breathe from your abdomen, not from your chest. Breathing in, allowing the abdomen to expand like a balloon. And on your exhalation, allowing the balloon to deflate. And let's just take some nice energizing breaths to begin with. You can close your eyes or you can have a nice soft gaze, whichever works best for you. Let's begin by breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. And what I'm going to be doing here comes sort of from Mukunda Styles joint freeing series. It's not everything that he does, but a lot of this is to open up and free your joints and loosen up the muscles. And I do this a lot for my whole yoga practice on many mornings just because it makes me feel so good. I don't always go into a lot of the traditional yoga exercise that a lot of yoga studios do because my body feels good when I just open everything up and get my body to relax, which is what I'm going to do today. Hopefully we can do like we did when we were in Payson and just open up and relax and feel good. So let's go back and take everything that you have to do today and set it to the side, like you set your glasses to the side when you go to bed at night. And just focus on you. This is about you. This is about your body, your mind, your spirit. And breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. That's what I want you to do through this whole practice. Breathe. I'm going to be reminding you to breathe as we go through it. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's pretend your head is a nice helium-filled balloon and it's lifting up. And that spinal column that's coming down from the balloon is your string on the balloon. And the nice high helium-filled balloon head is allowing that spinal column to be nice and loose and straight as you breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's breathe. Get centered for your practice. Set your intention. Your intention to relax your body, to let go and sink into freeing your joints. Set your intention to allow your body to relax. Set your intention to let go and spend the next hour just being about relaxing your body, mind, and your spirit, all joining together. Yoga actually comes from the Sanskrit word huge, Y-U-J, which means to join. And we're going to join in mindful yoga, mindful motion, mindfully allowing our breath and our motion to connect. We're going to do joint opening yoga, freeing that stiffness that we might have in some of our joints, relaxing our body and letting go. And the first thing we'll do is we'll do some circles. You can put your hands on your knees or wherever they're comfortable. And just rotate. You can go as low as you want. If you want to let your head hang loose as you come down, you can do that. What I want you to do is coordinate your breath, breathing in, let's say as you go down, and exhaling as you come up. Focus your mind on breathing and the motion. Let's see if we can put the motion together with the breath, breathing in as we come down. If you want to stay higher, you can do that and breathe, exhaling as we come up. Just beginning to loosen up the hip joint. Coming up to a neutral position, relaxing the shoulders down, lifting the head up. We're going to go the other direction. Breathing in as we come down and exhaling as we come up. Inhaling as we come down. Exhaling as we come up. Inhalation as we come down. Exhalation as we come up. You can do this on your own breath, on your own pace. You can come up as high as you want. You know, if you only want to come up to here when you go around, that's fine. Whatever works for you. You just want to begin to loosen it all up. And I don't know how this is a video using my webcam. And as I become more proficient in doing this, hopefully I'll be able to maybe later add different sound to my videos. But for right now, this is what you get. And then coming up to neutral, let's begin working the neck joint. And on your breath, I want you to inhale as you lift your head up. Lifting the head up, try not to grip the back of the neck. And then exhalation as you bring your chin down to your chest. And let's just imagine the breath going right into that neck joint. Inhaling as you bring your head up. And do this on your own breath. Exhaling as you bring your head down. You can do this as quickly as you want. Of course, it's always better doing it on your breath. And the nice, slow, mindful breath where you coordinate your movement with your breath, allowing the breath to go all the way into the joint. And my breath won't always look like I'm doing that because I'm talking while I'm doing this. I do my best to breathe while I'm doing this. And then bring your head back to neutral. And let's just hinge our neck and allow our head to fall to the right on the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, bring the head all the way back up. And then on the next inhalation, let's go to the left side. And you can do that on your own breath. Let's inhale as we go down to the side. And exhale as we come back up. Mindful of what you're doing. Focusing on your breath. Mindfully coordinating your motion of inhaling and exhaling while you're doing the motion, and imagining that breath just going right into that neck joint as you do it. Feeling the breath, and then coming back up to a neutral position. We'll make some smiley faces with our nose, working the neck joint. Inhaling as we come up to the right. Exhaling as we bring our chin down, and then inhaling as we come back up to the left. Exhalation as we come down. Inhalation as we come back up. Exhalation as we come down. Inhalation as we come back up. Exhalation as we come down. Inhalation as we come back up. Exhaling as we come down. Inhalation as we come back up. And then bringing our head back to neutral, we'll just roll the shoulders for the next thing. Begin to loosen those shoulders up. Let's go backwards first. And inhale as you bring the shoulders up, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you come back, and exhale as you bring your shoulders down. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all the tension out. And exhale as you bring your shoulders down and around and back. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all the tension out of the shoulders. And exhale, you bring your shoulders down. Let's do that again. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up, and exhale as you bring your shoulders down, and then come to a neutral, and then we'll go the other direction. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up, and squeeze all that tension out as you come around and bring your shoulders down. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up. Exhale any tension that you might have out of your shoulders. Inhale, and do this as mindfully as you can, just to allow the breath and the shoulders to work together as much as you can. The more you can focus your mind on the motion and on the breath, coordinating everything, the more you're just allowing that meditation in motion, as Pali Yoga calls it, to just allow the body to relax. Remember, you allow your body to relax. Give your body permission, and bring your hands down to your legs. And let's just bring our hands out in front, turn them over, and just spread those fingers wide. And then bring the hands together and roll the fingers down into a little fist. And then on the inhalation, bring the knuckles into the shoulders. Remember to keep the head up, watch your posture. And then on the exhalation, bring the arms back out and spread those fingers again. And you can do this on your own breath. Bring the fists together, bring the knuckles down to the shoulders on the inhalation. And on the exhalation, bring the arms back out and spread, spread, spread those fingers. Work those finger joints. And just do that on your own breath. Inhaling as you bring your arms in. Exhaling as you bring your arms out and spread those fingers. And just do that a couple of times mindfully as you do it. And I'm going to be sending you a PDF paper, Kunda Styles Joint Freeing Series. And he goes through a lot of these things. I'm not doing it exactly the way he does it. Bring your arms down and allow them to relax. But this is basically the way you do it. All the different things in the Joint Freeing Series that I'm sending you. This is the style that you do it in. You breathe while you're doing it. And now we're going to do the same thing, but on the side. Bring your hands out to the side and spread those fingers. Then bring it into a fist. Bring it in again to your shoulders, but this time, while you're in, we're going to bring the elbows together, working those shoulder blades again. And then bringing the arms back out again, allowing the arms to stretch back out again, and then spread those fingers. And you can do this on your breath, only we're going to add a different breath in here. bring your fists together, bring your arms in on the inhale, and then bring your elbows together on the exhalation and hold it. And then on the next inhalation, bring your elbows out. And then on the next exhalation, bring your arms out, and while you're doing it, spread your fingers. You can do this on your own breath. And let's just do that a few times, remembering to breathe with your motion. And do this mindfully. And as you do it, think about what you're doing with your breath. And breathe. Remember to breathe. A lot of times we do any type of stretching or exercise we forget to breathe. And we need to be breathing while we do all this, because the breath does so much work for us. The breath calms us down. How many times have we been upset and somebody tells us, just breathe, take some deep breaths? Well, that's what you're doing here. You're doing that stretching and opening up the joints, but you're breathing. You're allowing the breath to dive deep into the joints and free the joints. As much as the breath does work, as much as the exercise does work, they work together in unison. Bringing your arms down, letting your arms rest, remembering to lift your head up, stretch your head like a helium-filled balloon. And now we'll just turn our hands over and bring our hands up on the inhalation, bringing the palms together, and then bringing the arms down on the exhalation. Let's do that a few times. Inhale as we come up. Take a nice deep breath. And then exhale as we come down, letting all the air out. Right from the abdomen. Try not to do chest breathing. Remember to do nice, deep breath right from the entire abdomen. And again, you won't always see me breathing like I'm supposed to because I'm talking while I'm doing all this. Bringing your arms up over your head on the inhalation. In your mindful motion. Exhaling as you bring your arms down. And now, let's bring our legs out to the front. And I'm going to turn to the side. Your legs out to the front. And what I'd like you to do is point and flex. Point on your inhalation. And then flex your feet and spread your toes on the exhalation. Point your toes on the inhalation. Flex your feet and spread your toes on the exhalation. Point your toes on the inhalation. Flex your feet and spread your toes on the exhalation. And then come back to a neutral position, and we're going to do some circles with our ankles. And we'll just go down to the right on the inhalation and come back up, circling our ankles while we're breathing. On the inhalation, come down. On the exhalation, come up, loosening up those ankle joints. And then come up to a neutral position, and we'll do the same thing to the other direction. Down on the inhalation and up on the exhalation. And this is just something you can even do when you're sitting during the day. When your joints start feeling a little tight, you can just do some mindful motion, mindful joint freeing motion. You can do yoga right where you're sitting and just loosen up those joints. And then come back to a neutral position. And we're going to do the same thing with the hands. In fact, let's come back to a seated position, and let's bring those hands out in front of us and make a fist. And let's take a nice deep breath and just circle to the right. On the inhalation, down, and on the exhalation, up. Let's loosen up those wrist joints. And this is something else you can do just during the day. Right where you're sitting, you can Just take a nice deep breath. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. You can have a nice soft gaze, or you can have your eyes closed and then going the other direction. Inhaling as you go down. Exhaling as you come up. And again, my breath is not always with what I'm doing because I'm talking. But you get the idea. And then coming back to neutral, let's just spread those fingers again. And then bring it back to a fist. And spread those fingers all out. And then bring it back to a fist. And then bringing the arms down to the side. And let's come up to a table position. And I want you to watch your alignment. Spread your fingers so that your middle finger is pointing forward. Have your the palm of your hand directly below your shoulders. Your knees should be directly underneath your hips, and they should be hip width apart. And when you look through your legs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet behind your knees. They should be behind your knees. And we're going to do some undulation. We're going to go into a nice cat back on the inhalation, and we'll go into cow on the exhalation. So we'll go inhale on the nice cat back, and exhale doing the cow. And do this on your own breath. This is a nice hip opener, and this is nice to loosen up all those vertebrae that are in the spine. Again, being mindful with what you're doing, breathing in, allowing the breath to work with the body, imagining the breath going right down the spine as you do this, loosening up all the vertebrae in the body, in that spinal column, and remembering what you're doing, being mindful as you're doing it, and coming back to a neutral position. Let's just do some circles now. And we'll do this mindfully as well, breathing in as you come up and exhaling as you come down. And you can stay high if you want to, or you can go low. But allow your body to move with the breath. Breathing in as you come forward, exhaling as you go back. As slowly as you want to take it, doing this on your own breath, beginning to loosen up those hip joints, allowing everything to move, and then coming back up to a neutral position, and then going the other direction. Again, we're going to do this on the breath, coming up as you inhale, and exhaling on the downside or whatever works for you. Just get into a motion of breathing with the motion. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And allowing your body to just be the motion as you breathe deeply into your body and exhale the air back out again. And you can also come back up to a neutral position. You can also do figure eights. Let's do some figure eights. And again, do that in a mindful way where you're breathing in and breathing out. You can go the other direction in the figure eight. Just allow the body to move with the motion, loosening everything up, being mindful of your position as you're working it, and coming back up to a neutral position, back up into table. And what we'll do this time is on the inhalation, we'll go down to the left side. And then on the exhalation, we'll come back up to a neutral position in table. And then on the inhalation, we'll go down to the left side. And then we'll come back up to a neutral position. On the inhalation, we'll go down to the right side, and then we'll come up to a neutral position. And then we'll go down to the left side, and you can do this on your own breath. Another way you can do it is to come down into the position and then hold it and breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And hold that position for several breaths, and then come back up to a neutral position, and then go down to the other side and do the same thing. You always want to balance it out by doing the same motion on each side. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then coming back up to a neutral position. And then coming down into child pose. And you can either do a child pose wide-legged, or you can bring your knees together and do a child pose with your hands down to the side, with your forehead or third eye center resting on the mat. That's a way to do child pose. You can also extend the arms and do child pose like this. You can also have a wide leg, have your knees further apart if it's more comfortable. And you can do the extended arm, or you can have your arms down to the side. Whatever is comfortable for you in child pose. And then we will come to a seated position on the mat and extend the left leg out into the front and bring the right foot into the thigh area. And you'll want to lift your head again. Imagine that head is a helium-filled balloon, keeping the spinal column straight and relaxing the shoulders down and lifting the arms up over on either side of your ears. And when you bend forward, you want to hinge at the hips, and you don't want to try to come too far down. You just want to come on up till you're feeling that stretch in the leg there, and you're looking for your edge. Right, the Goldilocks principle, not too much, not too little, just right for you. This is all about you. This is not about anybody else. You're not looking to see how far I can go or how far anyone else can go. It's only about you. And you can do little micro movements, tiny little movements. And when you find your edge, to work that little stretch in there. You can also bring your arms down to the side and using your arms as a support. You can use that to help you find your edge and do little micro motions. And bring yourself back up to a seated position and relax. You know, allowing the back to be straight, lifting the head up, using the helium-filled balloon for your head. Let's lift the arms up again, hinging at the hip, coming down just a little bit. Right? And then bringing the arms down to the side if you need to find that edge. And bringing yourself back up again. And let's stretch the right leg out. Bring the left leg in to the thigh area. Bringing the hands up. And then hinging forward at the hip. Just to loosen up that hip area again. Bringing yourself back up again. Right? Hinging down just a little bit. Again, you can always bring your hands down in front. Working to keep that back as straight as you can. And of course, for those who are a little bit more flexible, they'll go down all the way to the floor. It's up to you if you're flexible, but you don't want to push it. So I'm not doing it. And then you can bring yourself back up again. And then bring your feet together. And let's just walk ourselves down just a little bit and give ourselves a little stretch in the back. And if you want to, you can, if you can go further down. You can put your arms down on the floor, spread your fingers, get a little stretch in there. And then coming back up to a neutral position, we'll just bring our feet to both to one side. Now let's start with our feet to the right. One foot in the back and the other foot on the thigh area. And we'll put our hands on either side of our knee and we'll do little yoga push-ups. This is a yin position. You can spread the fingers and just do this like you would regular push-ups. Just coming down and using your hands to push yourself back up again. And you can, if you can bring your head all the way down and using your hands to push yourself back up again. And let's do this on the breath. Breathing in as we come down. And as we exhale, pushing ourselves back up again. Just little yoga push-ups. And then coming all the way up, let's just do a little back bend and look up towards the ceiling, where the ceiling and the wall meet. And just do a little tiny back bend. And then coming back to neutral, we can walk just a little bit to the side, and do a little twist. A little tiny twist. And again, looking up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And doing a little tiny back bend while we're there. And then walking ourselves back to the knee area. And then if you want to, you can bring yourself all the way down. And you can either stack your fists and rest your third eye center on your fists. Or you can use a block. Or if you want to, you can just bring your, if you can bring your head all the way down. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then lifting yourself up all the way. We're going to just switch sides. Bring our legs to the other side. Left foot in the back, extended to the left. Right foot into the left thigh area. Hands on either side of the knees. And we're going to do the little yoga push-ups again on this side. And just on our breath, we're going to go down on the exhalation and up on the inhalation and down on the exhalation and up on the inhalation. And you can do this a few times, down on the exhalation and up on the inhalation, and doing it on your own breath. Down on the exhalation and up on the inhalation, and then just do a little back bend again, looking up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Little tiny back bend, loosening it up, remembering to breathe, always remembering to breathe. So easy to forget to breathe when you're stretching. We get focused on the motion and forget the breath. And what we want to do is concentrate on the breath with the motion. And now just go back to a neutral position and just walk yourself to the side in a little twist. And we're going to look up again at the floor and where the floor and the ceiling meet. Little back bend in this twist. Breathing in this twist. Remembering to breathe. And then walking yourself back again to where your hands are on either side of your right knee. And then bringing yourself down, and you can either stack your fists and rest your third eye center on your stacked fist. Or if you can come all the way down to the floor. If it's more comfortable, it's always more comfortable for me, just to stack my fists and rest my forehead on my third eye center on my stacked fists. And remember to breathe. Breathe while you're in this position. And then just using your hands, bring yourself back up. Bring your hands up in front. And we'll just do some lean back on your hands and put your feet flat on the floor. And then just go side to side like a windshield wiper, bringing your legs to the right and then to the left. And do this as you breathe, inhaling as you go to the right, exhaling as you come through, and then inhaling as you go to the left. Little windshield wipers with your legs. And if you want to do it faster, you're welcome to. I just always like to do everything mindfully. I imagine my breath going right into all my joints. I think I have a little arthritis or something. Okay, now I'm going to, using my hands, bring myself up to a standing position. And I'm not sure that you can see me, so I'm going to walk over and change the position on my computer. And there we go. And we'll do some, a portion of sun salutation. So first we'll bring our hands up over our head. You can go into temple mudra and breathe. Relax your shoulders down, lift your head up, and then bring your hands down, roll down into forward bend, Uttanasana. And if you need a block to rest on, you can do that, bending your knees if you need to. Bringing your hands down to either a block or to the floor, or you can bring them to your legs and breathing. And then pressing into your feet, rolling back up again, hands up over your head, bringing your hands together, breathing in and exhaling, and then bringing your hands down in front to your heart center, thumbs to your heart center, into prayer, and breathe. And we'll do that again. Bring your hands up over your head, relax your shoulders down, lift your head up, and come into temple mudra if you want to. Bringing your hands down, rolling the hands down in front, forward bend, rolling slowly down, bending your knees if you need to, into forward bend, Uttanasana. You can have your hands on a block here if you need to, or you can bring your hands up to your legs, holding onto your legs, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then pressing into your feet, roll yourself back up again, hands up over your head into temple mudra, relaxing your shoulders down, remembering to breathe. Then bring your hands down into prayer, thumbs at your heart center, and breathe. And now we'll do something that comes from the moon salutation. Ardha Chandrasana, side bend. Bringing your hands up into temple mudra, and just hinge at the hip and bend to the right. And you want to press the left shoulder back, press the hip forward, breathing into it, pressing down into your feet, holding that side bend, Ardha Chandrasana, for just a few seconds, and breathing, remembering to breathe, and then coming back up to a standing position. We'll go to the other side, hinge at the hip to the left side, pressing the right shoulder back, breathing into your Ardha Chandrasana, your side bend, breathing into it. And then coming back up to a standing position, bringing your hands down in front, into prayer, thumbs into the heart center, and then bringing your hands down to the side. And now breathe. We'll get a nice mountain position going here. Okay, lifting your head up like it's a helium-filled balloon. Allowing the shoulders to relax down. And breathe. Mountain position is a good balancing position. You can always look straight ahead and find a spot where you can focus on the wall. And breathe. Tadasana, mountain position. Okay, let's bring our hands back up again over our head into Temple Mudra. Lifting the head up like a helium-filled balloon, shoulders down, relaxing the shoulders down. We're going to hinge at the hips and bend to the right. Pressing the left shoulder blade back just a little bit. Breathing in to our left side bend, Ardha Chandrasana, bending into it. Coming back up to center, and we'll do the same thing on the left side, hinging at the hip, bending to the left. You can press the right shoulder back just a little bit. Breathing into your side bend, breathing into it, and then lifting back up again into Temple Mudra, then bringing your hands down to the side, into Tadasana, mountain pose, lifting your head up, shoulders down, relaxing down, and breathing into that mountain pose. This is a very simple series, yoga series of positions that I do, just to free everything up, to loosen up the joints, to feel better. Now just step to the side and turn the right foot 90 degrees, keeping the left foot the way it is. Bend your right knee over your right heel. And if you need to spread out just a little bit further, you can do that. And then lift your arms. You can look out over your right arm and your left arm into warrior. Now, watching your posture, your knee should be over your heel. And if you want to press into your right foot, you can press back and go into exalted warrior. And allow your left arm to trail down your left leg. Lift your right arm straight up to the sky into exalted warrior. And you can bend your knee again and come back down. Looking back out over your left arm and your right arm. Warrior is a really good position to hold. Good for the hips. Builds strength. It's a nice position to hold for a few seconds. And breathe, remembering to breathe. And then straighten your legs. Come back to the front. And just turn. Go to the other side. A little 90-degree turn on your left foot. Bending your left knee over your left heel. Lifting your arms out. Look out. Making sure that they're level. Looking out over your left arm and your right arm. To see that it's level. And holding that position for just a few minutes, checking your knee, it should be over your heel. And then pressing into your left foot and going into an exalted warrior, lifting your left arm up and allowing your right arm to go down your right leg, in the back, looking up at your left hand, an exalted warrior position, holding it for just a few seconds. I like to hold poses and breathe. I like to feel my breath going into my poses. I like to visualize my breath going through my entire body. And of course, it's not easy for me to do that while I'm talking. So you will definitely see me not doing what I'm saying, because I won't be breathing the way I'm supposed to be breathing, because I'm talking. And bring your arms back down. Watch the knee over the left heel into warrior. And you'll want to watch the arms as they go. I always look back over and hold it for just a minute, just a few seconds, whatever's comfortable for you. Feel that strength in that warrior position as you're in it. And then bringing yourself back up, turning to the front, bringing your arms down, stepping back together, and just going back into Tadasana. And breathing, mountain pose. Feel that pose. When you're in mountain pose, you want to not have your pelvis tipped to the front or to the back. It's a good idea to imagine that your pelvis is a bowl filled with water and you're trying not to spill it. And then allow the shoulders to relax down. Allow the head to lift up like a helium-filled balloon. And you can even close your eyes and feel that mountain pose. And now we're going to roll down to the floor. And I'm going to walk over and just tilt my camera down a little bit, so you'll be able to see me on the floor. Roll yourself down to the floor. And we'll do a laying down twist first. Bring your arms out to the side like a T, and have your feet flat on the floor, and just roll yourself down to the left side first. And if you need to use something as a prop, you can use a pillow or a towel under your knees, rather than if you don't really want your knees kind of hanging out in the air. You're better off putting something under them. If your body doesn't go in that direction all the way down to the floor, don't force it. Put something under there for support. They're called props. And remembering to breathe when you're to this side first. And then bring your legs back up, and we'll go to the other side, to the right side. And again, using props. I have used props for a long, long time. I could not do this when I first started. And some mornings I'm really stiff and I still can't do it. I happen to have did yoga this morning before I am doing this, so I'm not so stiff. I use blocks, I use pillows, I use blankets for props all the time. I have my own props that I work with because my body gets stiff. I have maybe some arthritis or some whatever, stiffness, and my body does stiffen back up again. And the yoga definitely helps. And then bringing your legs up together, let's do a happy baby. You can either grab the bottoms of your feet or you can grab your legs whatever works for you. A lot of people grab their big toes, whatever's working for you today. You can rock back and forth when you're in Happy Baby. You can feel how that is another hip opener, opening up the hip. And breathe. And then bring your legs down to the floor. What I'd like you to do is lift your right leg up and cross it over your left leg. And then bring both legs up. Put your right arm through the hole and grab the back of your left leg and then lift your left leg up. Or you can keep it bent, whatever's most comfortable. And just breathe. Breathe in that position for just a minute. Your leg down. We'll do the same thing with the other leg. Lift the left leg up. Bring it over the right leg. Lifting those legs up. Bring your left arm through the hole and grab your right leg from behind. And just breathe into that for just a minute. And now you can put your legs down and we'll set up for Shavasana. What I'd like you to do is get comfortable. If you need something for underneath your head, I suggest you get that. Get a pillow for under your head or a blanket for under your legs. Rolling a blanket under your knees is always a good thing to feel more comfortable. Or you can bend your knees if laying flat out isn't good. Shavasana is called corpse pose, and Shavasana is one of the most important parts of the entire practice because it allows you to let everything you've just done settle in. Shavasana usually lasts about 10 minutes. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, depending on the yoga teacher and depending on how much time you have. But I highly recommend doing a Shavasana to allow what you just did to settle in. And what I'd like you to do is just begin to relax your body. Allow your feet to relax. Relax all 10 toes. Allow your feet to just be heavy. Relax your thigh area, your knees, your calves. Relax your hips. If you need to wiggle your hips a little bit to get them comfortable, allow the hip area to just sink into the floor. Relax your abdomen. Allow the abdomen to relax. Relax your back, your entire back. Feel it connecting with the floor. Relax your arms. Relax your hands. Relax all 10 fingers of both hands. Relax your shoulders. Let your shoulders sink into the floor. Relax your neck. Allow your neck to be heavy. Relax your head. Just let your body go. Imagine that you're laying on the beach, and the sun is beating down on you, and there's a nice cool breeze coming in off the ocean, so that the sun's warmth is caressing your body, and the gentle breeze from the ocean is cooling it down at the same time. And smell the salt air on the ocean, and hear the waves. The waves are coming in. They're beginning to just mesmerize you as you sit there. And just feel the breeze. Smell the ocean. And feel the sun. Just let your body go limp and ground the earth as you. You're fully supported. Your body is fully supported with everything that you're doing. For the next few minutes, just let go. You don't need to think or do anything. For the next few minutes, just let go. And then gently bringing yourself back. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Begin to bring yourself back to the present. And anytime you want to, you can bring yourself back to this total relaxation. Just by doing all these joint freeing motions in a mindful way. Remembering that you have the ability to bring your body, mind, and spirit together anytime you need to. You don't even have to do all this entire series or the ones that I'm sending you in PDF. Marilyn, you can check your email. I'll be sending you the PDF